Hello, Year 2. We're going to be going over this week's comprehension, and this week we're reading one called The Dragon's Eggs. One day, my friend and I went for a walk in the park. Look, I exclaimed. What is that over there? Can you see? Next to the trees. Shh, let's walk over to it, but don't make a sound, replied my friend. There, next to the trees, was a giant purple and green dragon. By her feet were 10, 12, no, 14 big round white eggs. She opened one of her eyes and looked at us. Oh no, the air around us was very hot. We stopped very still. The dragon moved her head and looked up at the blue sky. She looked at us and then at her eggs. Suddenly, she said, I need to fly away to find food. But I can't leave my little eggs. What am I to do? We looked at each other. Can we help you by looking after the eggs while you look for food? The dragon looked hard at us with both of her yellow eyes. She thought for a long time, and then, with a whoosh, she was gone. We sat down next to the eggs under the trees. After a little time, we heard a small sound. Tap, tap. One of the eggs started to move. Tap, tap. Again. Another egg started to make a sound, and then all of a sudden, all of the eggs were making sound and moving. What were we to do? From out of the sky, the dragon landed down on the earth again. She looked at all of her eggs and was very happy. Thank you for looking after my baby dragon, she said. I'm going to be a mother at last. Okay, so now we're going to go through the questions together. So, question number 1. Remember, you can pause this after each question to give you time to find the answer and write your answer down. What was next to the trees? So, question 1. What was next to the trees? Question 2. Why did the children think that they should be quiet? Question 3. Why do you think that the air near the dragon was very hot? Now this is why do you think? This is inference. Use what you know. 4. What did the dragon look like? What did the dragon look like? 5. How many eggs was she looking after? How many eggs were there? 6. Why did she need to leave her eggs? Why did she need to leave her eggs? 'Why was she worried about leaving her eggs behind? What was she thinking when she looked hard at the children? Now remember, some of these are inference. You need to think about what the answer is going to be. The answer might not be there, but there'll be clues to help you. How do you know that the eggs were starting to hatch? And lastly, circle the words that you think the dragon might have been feeling when she returned back to her eggs. How would she have felt? Okay, let's answer these questions. So, question 1. What was next to the trees? There, next to the trees, was a giant purple and green dragon. So a giant purple and green dragon was next to the trees. Well done if you got that right. Number 2, why did they think they should be quiet? They didn't know what was there. They weren't sure of what was there, so they thought they should be quiet, not to scare it off. Number 3, why do you think the air near the dragon was very hot? Well, we all know dragons breathe fire, so I'm guessing it was very hot, using my inference skills, because dragons breathe fire. What did the dragon look like? The dragon was giant and purple and green. How many eggs was she looking after? Was she looking after 10? Was she looking after 12? No, she was looking after 14. 14 eggs. 6. Why did she need to leave her eggs? She needed to leave her eggs because she needed to find food. 7. Why was she worried about leaving her eggs behind? Because she wanted to make sure they were safe. Well done. 8. What was she thinking when she looked hard at the children? She was wondering if she could trust them. She was looking at them as if to say, will you look after my eggs when I'm gone? She was wondering if she could trust them. 9. How did you know the eggs were starting to hatch? Well, they were making that tap tap noise and they were moving. And 10. Circle the words that you think the dragon might have been feeling when she returned back to her eggs. Now, this is what you think she might have been feeling. I think we all know she would have felt happy that her eggs were safe and that she was going to be a mum. She might have felt important because being a mum, being a parent, is very important. She might have felt magic, like it was a magical thing that was happening. I think she would have felt pleased. She was pleased her babies were safe. And I think she would have felt love for her eggs that were now hatching. Well done today, guys. Remember to give yourself a tick, or you can always fix your answer. You can correct it. Well done. And I will see you all next week.